Hello and welcome to this very special segment on NewsX. We are tracking the single most important question on everybody's minds. Who's winning 2024? I'm Megha Sharma. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to see the exit polls right here on NewsX at 6 p.m. on the 1st of June and the results all day long on June 4th. Until then, we are getting you this daily expertometer, where analysts put together what they feel is the pulse. In this segment, we are joined by Mr. A.K. Mishra. He is a political analyst and a television commentator. Thank you so much, Mr. A.K. Mishra, for joining us on the telecast. And of course, want to understand from you, what is your prediction of the 543 Lok Sabha seats? How is the division going to happen?
The division, it is very much clear. Approximately whatever the seats it is available, NDA plus allies, BJP plus whatever, they will fall approximately somewhere in between of 325 to 350. 400 or 400 plus, it is possible in a very specific type of the conditions that later on we can discuss. But the question is this, that why I am saying all these things, there are the logic. For example, in first and second phase, people or experts, they were saying there is the low voting. Low voting doesn't make a difference. For example, when Rajiv Gandhi got 400 plus seats, the voting percentage was 62%. So voting, whether it is 25, 30% or 90%, of course, the seats will be fulfilled, victory as well as you can say the defeat will be there. So the basic reason behind this was whatever the capability BJP and their allies they are having, they have developed themselves as a victory machines. Of course, someone is saying that their workers as well as the party members, they are in anger, they are not supporting. No matter, merit is merit, may go down, merit may go, you can say the up, that is the different thing. Voting will be less, voting will be high. Only the difference will be that the fraction or margin of the victory and loss, it may be a different, particularly in this time. For example, if any BJP candidate was winning by 5 lakhs, this time
fair enough. But you know, what I'm interested right now is the numbers. You said that BJP NDA is going to win about 330. Is this what you're saying? Is this what you're predicting?
In between of 325 to 350.
Okay. And what about India Alliance? What about Congress, the DMK, TMC, and other India Alliance member parties?
No. India Alliance as a whole, you say whether it is DMK, TMC, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, all these things. Maximum, all total, they can gain approximately 125 to 150, 125 to 130, 40 seats, likewise that. Okay. All over will be.
Okay, all right. Next state moves, let's move to Tamil Nadu. You know, 39 seats. It is a bastion of the DMK. Can BJP this time around get a foothold into the state?
No, actually, I think especially the politics of South India, except Karnataka, it is totally different and a tough task for BJP. There they can gain maximum of 5 to 7 seats out of, you can say, particularly DMK or Dravidian, they are very much established. Same kind of condition it is in Kolkata, likewise in West Bengal. If we are going to talk over the West Bengal, of course, since BJP has invested 10 years, a rigorous, you can say, the workshop and efforts they have put in, that's why they can gain better. But in South Indian seats, whatever you can say, the 0 seats were there, we can assume, except Karnataka, but they will be gaining. So there will be the...
Okay.
Yeah, please.
So you're saying 7 to 8 seats for BJP and the rest of them for DMK, any seats for Congress?
Of course, 3-4 seats I have put it in my Excel sheets, 3-4 or 5 seats maximum, in best possible condition. Because of Congress has already, you can say, removed or they have lost their footprint. That is not the time of Rajiv Gandhi or Indira Gandhi when they were very much strong at that time.
Okay, all right. Karnataka, there are 28 seats. Again, like you said, it has been a bastion of the BJP. This time around, it is BJP and JDS working together.
Yeah, of course, the majority will be there for BJP and JDS. Approximately, we can go there for approximately 20, 22, 23 seats, like 18 to 23 seats. The reason behind that is, no matter in Karnataka, Congress attain the victory in state level election, but state level elections, voter psychology is different for state level election, for central elections. there in past there are so many examples where opposition got victory in state level, but in central level MPs elections they were defeated badly. This is the factor which is still working in Karnataka. That's why BJP and
Okay.
JDS, they will be having their hold.
Okay. Okay. Let's shift to Central India, Madhya Pradesh, 29 seats. How do you predict the state is going to vote?
In worst case scenario, bare minimum the performance of BJP, it will be 20, 22, 23 seats. Likewise, that even if Congress is performing very well, Allies is performing very well, Digvijay Singh and all these things, those you can say the trump card for Congress is there. Even that it will be performing major chunk will be going to the BJP. There is no doubt.
Okay. Rajasthan, 25 seats. What is going to be the result?
Approximately 20 to 22 seats. Congress will be getting 3-4 seats.
Okay. So you're saying the tally is going to reduce from 24 to 22 maybe for the BJP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or approximately figure will be there.
Okay. Gujarat, 26 seats. Is BJP again going to sweep?
Considering the India Alliance leaders that worst case scenario analysis, approximately major chunk will be out of 26, 22, 23 seats. It is fixed for BJP because of Aam Aadmi Party has already taken a trial. What is the condition of Congress in Gujarat? Still we know. So major chunk again here will worst case scenario. It will be in favor of BJP.
Delhi, there are 7 seats. India Alliance, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress are coming together for the first time. Now, is Arvind Kejriwal factor going to work for Aam Aadmi Party?
Arvind Kejriwal factor was doing well, but whatever the recent development in case of Swati Mal, it will be hampering each and everything. However, I was in mood to give out of 7 seats, at least you can say the 4 seats for BJP, 3 seats for Aam Aadmi Party, Congress and all these things. But I think maximum in this situation, I will give worst case scenario again here that maximum 2 seats Congress and Aam Aadmi Party can take. Otherwise, it is very much possible that at least bare minimum 6 seats, it may be fixed for BJP.
Uttar Pradesh, 80 seats. BJP has been performing spectacularly. Can it increase the number of seats it had won last time around in 2019?
A little bit, but a very small fraction of, you can say, the gap may be there, decrease in number of seats. Likewise, in past, they have got approximately 72 seats. It will be approximately 4-5 seat minus will be there, 65, 68 or approximately 70 seats. Because of Congress, Rahul Gandhi is standing from Raya Bareli. That will be also a factor. 1 seat will be there, as well as this time, this Samajwadi Party, they can also gain little bit, 3-4 seats they can gain.
Bihar, how is Bihar going to vote? 40 seats.
BJP and Nitish Kumar Party, JDU, they will be performing well. In last election, BJP performed well also, as well as for national level elections. Of course, for state level election, Lalu Yadav and other party, they can claim they can get the huge amount of the seat. But whatever it is happening, so many, you can say, the destructive or negative news is there. But even the BJP plus BJP and allies will be leading the Bihar also. And this is also in Bihar, they can gain, in comparison of last time, they can gain certain kind of extra number of the seats.
Okay. Shifting our focus to East India and West Bengal, 42 seats. How are people going to vote?
Yes. West Bengal, it is, or you can say, the golden bowl. It may prove a golden bowl for votes as well as the number of seats. The reason behind that, major chunk will be shifted to the BJP. Of course, in past state elections, they performed well. But since last 10 years, heavily they have invested their footwork, news, media, perception building, all these things. And at least somewhere Mamata Banerjee is on back foot in comparison of past election or past days. So whatever the Mamata Banerjee or TMC is coming on back foot, the benefit will be transferred to the BJP automatically.
All right. Maharashtra, there are 48 seats. Obviously, there is Mahavikas Aghadi versus Mahayuti. Who's going to win the battle?
When voters are very much confused, then obviously, but naturally, they select the best stable option. No matter there are so many party, Mahavikas Aghadi is there, Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena, this Shiv Sena, that Shiv Sena. But in total, since voters are very much confused, they are very much aware that Uddhav Thackeray is not going to make the government, Sharad Pawar is not going to make the government. So a natural inclination towards the most stable party or allies will be there. That's why BJP plus will be leading in Maharashtra also. This state of, you can say, the mind, confucius state of mind will work, will go in favor of BJP and allies.
Okay, all right. On that note, thank you, Mr. A.K. Mishra, for joining us, giving us your predictions on Expertometer. On that note, that's all for this episode of Expertometer. I take a break. Thanks for watching.